Hi, I'm Maddie,
I'm Karina.
and this is Everything But the Fairy Tale Sink. Today, we are talking about one of the most popular Christmas, what would you call him? A demon? A bad
Demon.
guy? Christmas demon?
Christmas villains.
A Christmas villain.
That sounds good.
Krampus.
Woo!
The one, the
No
only, the
idea.
man, the myth, the legend.
I don't know if we could call him a man.
Thing, the myth, the legend. Krampus.
The goat.
The goat, the greatest of all time.
So, do we want to start off with a question? All right, so we are trying right now for like our holiday episodes. We might keep it, we might not. We're trying out a question of the day sort of thing. So, the question for today is what is your favorite song that like gives you the winter vibes? It could be a Christmas carol, it could be just like a song that you like to listen to when it's cold outside, but basically just your winter vibes song go to. So, you can either do it like on your own console or like if your parents have a console or something like that. But my recommendation is finding your like childhood favorite game and just playing it and seeing how it goes. I'm currently replaying like the Lego games and it's been really fun.
My recommendation is if you're in an area where it snows, go out, make a snowball, and just huck it full force at somebody.
That's so rude.
But like also hopefully it's not that really powdery snow. Like it's good packing
Yeah,
snow.
it's the
You
good
can really
snow.
just
You could have
shoot 'em.
gone with like make a snowman or
Uh,
no, you go with violence.
yeah.
How about we say consensually hit someone with a snowball?
We're talking about Krampus, okay? You don't have to be nice.
That's that's fair.
Are you ready?
I am ready. Little
All
concerned. Ready.
All right. So, Krampus, the Christmas demon thingy that we all know and love. He dates back all the way to the 12th century, which I'm bad putting dates to centuries, but he
That would
dates
be
all
the 1100s.
Okay, so he dates all the way back to the 12th century, the 1100s. The people who don't know Krampus don't really know where you've been because over the past years he's gained a lot of popularity. But if you don't
Mhm.
know who Krampus is or what Krampus does, Krampus is a half goat, half man demon creature, and he has horns, like, picture kind of like the devil, but not.
Like, phew, or they phew.
Like curved goat horns or like Loki's helmet, just like curved horns.
So kind of almost like antelope antlers. Are they short or are they long?
Depends on the depiction of the artist. Like depends on what the artist wants to do.
There's a lot more like pointing around the head area than I was expecting from this episode.
Anyways, so he often has one cloven foot and one human foot.
Oh, I
I
actually never.
never noticed that, but then you start to look at pictures of Krampus and you're like, he does have that.
My
Huh.
laptop near me. Yeah, that's weird. I don't like it.
Anyways, he shows up every year to one, whip naughty children, two, chase naughty children, or three, drag them to hell.
This is a mix.
Yeah. So, with Belschnickel, he did whip naughty children, but he also rewarded the good children. Krampus just straight up, he is not good, he is bad, he will drag children to hell.
Okay, is this specifically naughty children or is this just any child?
Naughty children, specifically.
Okay,
He is
okay,
he is the opposite of Santa.
gotcha.
Yes. He is native to Germany. No surprise there. And
That's very interesting.
he also appears in Austrian Alpine folklore, which is apparently primarily German speaking from what I saw. So
Hmm.
it
It
could be
is, yeah.
carried over. Anyways, this is one thing. Oh wait, never mind. That's coming up. So
Oof.
his name is derived from Krampen, which is German for claw,
Hmm.
and the original Bad Santa. And he is actually, despite how popular he is now in like pop culture and just general knowledge of, hey, you know who Krampus is, right? He is actually relatively new to the US and to US.
Interesting.
In some stories, Krampus is thought to have been involved in pagan rituals for winter solstice because he is so old, he does predate
Mhm.
Christianity in a lot of areas. This, I don't know how true it is because it seems very, very out of left field, but in some stories it says he's the son of Hel, the Norse goddess of the underworld. Yes, that Hel,
Oh,
um,
weird.
which would make him Loki's grandson in Norse mythology. But Norse mythology never mentions Krampus, and I saw sources that said Krampus is not the son of hell. So I don't know how we got there, when we got there, but that is a thing I saw, and I figured I should mention it, even though I don't know how true it is.
Okay. Interesting.
Yep. So with the spread of Christianity, Krampus somehow became associated with Christmas and St. Nicholas. So, Santa, the good guy. And the Catholic Church did actually try and ban Krampus because of his resemblance to the devil. So they were like, he's obviously very bad, so we need to ban him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I forget when that was, but it was quite a while back.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm going to talk about 3 traditions or things that involve Krampus. Can you take a wild guess at what some of these things might include?
I know there's like a race or something.
Okay.
I think that's Krampus. Because it's German, I'm gonna guess drinking.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like my dream, like, random thing that could happen that's a tradition is like a ballet royale between a bunch of dudes dressed as Santa Claus and a bunch of dudes dressed as Krampus with like rubber swords just running at each other.
While I would love to see that, that is not a tradition.
I think it should be a tradition.
So the first one is Krampusnacht, which is Krampus night. And it is December 5th or 6th, depending, like, based on Christian traditions. I think the most common thing I saw, though, was December 5th, and then Santa was on December 6th.
Interesting.
Yeah. St. Nicholas would arrive and reward the good kid, and Krampus would punish the bad. And this, kind of similar to Belschnickel, adults would dress up as Krampus and go around and scare children.
Yeah, I had a feeling there was adults scaring children involved in this.
Yeah.
That's fun, honestly.
The next one is Krampus. What?
Am I allowed to say that it sounds fun to scare children?
No. I mean, yeah. Yeah, you are. It does sound fun.
All right, what's the next tradition?
The next one is Krampuslauf, which is Krampus Run, so you were right about that. It is a way to scare kids into behaving themselves, and it isn't tied to a specific date. It's just kind of like, hey, you want to have a Krampuslauf? Why, yes, I do. So this is a quote from an article I read. It is, quote, a good way for men to blow off steam while probably still scaring children. So apparently Austrian men would get drunk, dress up, and run through the streets to terrify children.
Oh my god.
Yep. Merry Krampus.
You see, I think why I know that is because we had like a unit on Christmas in my German class in high school.
BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Huh?
Well, BuzzFeed Unsolved, their Krampus video also mentions it.
But yeah, I remember hearing like a very watered down version of that where it was just like, yeah, sometimes people would dress up as Krampus and run around and have races. Not that they were trying to traumatize children.
No, that's literally the whole point, is they would just dress up as Krampus and then terrify the children.
I love it.
I've also seen it described as like a parade, but for the most part, it seems like everyone dresses up as Krampus and it just is let loose,
Fun.
Oh, yeah. So this tradition does still continue in places like Germany, Austria, and the Czech Republic. And maybe here, You want to dress up as Krampus and run around and scare children?
I'm sure that happens in Leavenworth.
Let's do it.
Let's go to Leavenworth and scare children.
And the next one, my favorite, Krampus carton.
Okay.
Can you guess what Krampus carton is?
Carton sounds like something involving wheels.
No.
No?
Krampus carton is Krampus Christmas cards.
Oh no. Frau would be very upset with me for forgetting what that meant. 4 years of German, just out the door.
Krampus carton was created in Germany and Austria when the postcard industry started booming in 1890.
Yeah.
So you would think that, Krampus, Christmas cards. What comes to your mind when you think of Krampus and Christmas cards put together?
Parents sending it to their children to threaten them.
Wow. So many of these Krampus cartoon cards showed Krampus whipping children, putting them into his sack, or leading them away in chains. Happy holiday!
Happy holiday!
Krampus was also proposing to women in some of these cards.
I don't know how to feel about that.
And a third version of these cards was Krampus as a woman shoving men into her bag or chasing them around.
You see, that one, bit of a girl boss moment. I'm okay with that.
No, it was more of the opposite. it was not meant to be a good thing.
Still kind of funny, though.
It very specifically was like, this wasn't, I was like, okay, well, interesting. So yeah, what's your favorite? Would you rather participate in Krampuskarten, Krampuslauf, or Krampusnacht?
None of them, because I do Krampuskarten.
Keep your eye on your mailbox then.
But I can send them to other people too. I don't run. Like, if you see me running, something bad is happening. So I do like a Krampusplatzen, which is a Krampus stay in place sort of thing. Just sit on a porch, but I'm not running. That can be other people. I will film.
And then we have Krampus in the US. So Krampus is still decently new to the US, like I mentioned before, no matter how well he might be known here. So it is credited to an art director and graphic designer, Monte, I know this name from Outlander, Beecham.
Beecham.
2004, because he published a book of these aforementioned Krampuskarten and how to use them and what to do with them. So 2004 is not that long ago. So that's
I thought you were going to say like the 1930s. I didn't think you were going to say 2004.
Nope, 2004.
Dang.
And whether or not Monty Beecham was actually the man who was actually the person who brought it over or introduced it, it was still, he was brought to the US in the early 2000s.
Interesting.
Yes. And then, of course, what?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, he really boomed in popularity after the 2015 movie Krampus. So most people, when they think of Krampus, they think of that Krampus figure, which is like more of a grisly-looking Santa with a big old hunchback and giant horns. Mm-hmm. There's another hand motion. And a long, very scraggly white beard. That's what a lot of people picture Krampus as because of that 2015 movie.
Mm-hmm. I will, not gonna lie, always have that image of Shane Madej in the horrific Krampus costume from last year's Not Are You Scared? Too Many Spirits.
Yep.
So have been picturing that this entire episode. I hope you know that.
Yep. And that is a more accurate Krampus than the Grizzly Santa with a hunchback version.
Creepy design, but not accurate.
Creepy design, but not accurate, as we've seen.
So I was going to ask, it's not like Belschnickel and where Krampus was in those small German American communities and stuff like that?
I did not find any. Honestly, it was very hard to find information on Krampus.
Interesting.
Yeah, because a lot of it, because of that 2015 movie, a lot of it was information from the movie. And I wanted,
accurate.
Yep. Not movie.
I guess if you are from a German American community or German American family, you can drop in the comments, did you grow up learning about Krampus?
I'm going to Google that real quick. Okay, so a bunch of states now do a bunch of, Krampus events, not any of the ones I mentioned previously, like Krampusnacht and all that stuff, but it is more this one. Portland has Krampus Haunted Christmas, so it's a Christmas themed haunted house and Krampus is in it. So he is
interesting.
Yes, a brief history of Krampus in America.
Cool.
See, okay, here's another article. So this is from owlcation.com. This is another article that says he was originally the son of Hel, the Norse goddess of the underworld.
Weird.
So, but another thing I said that no, he's not that. So if anyone wants to research that on their own, go for it, because there are a lot of conflicting sources. What do you believe? What do you want to think?
This is honestly just making me want to do a massive deep dive into what we know of the former combined European pantheon. I have found every single time we talk about something that's kind of formed from the older religion of Europe, I'm like, man, I feel like you could write a thesis paper on this. I have no idea, because it's very possible that Krampus was born out of Norse mythology and migrated down to Germany. It's also very possible that he wasn't, but there's so many goat man figures in mythology that's impossible to tell.
Okay, so this article does say Monty Beecham.
Okay, interesting.
Yep. So I actually this is a spoiler for the future. I will eventually be doing an episode on Hell or Hella. So I will see when I'm looking up her separate from Krampus if I find anything about the two of them.
Yeah. Well, like my thought to that is it actually Krampus or is it another one of those like goat man figures that we see throughout this like old European pantheon?
The ones that I saw or the one that I did see mention Krampus by name.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if like modern interpretation or if it actually is like looking deeper into the sources. I don't know.
Who knows? But yeah,
I have no idea what to think there.
Eventually, I will be covering Hell or Hella, whatever you want to call her. I will Google her completely separate of Krampus and see if anything.
Plot twist. Snorlson just made him up. I know he's been around longer. I just don't like that man.
But anyways, that is all. I could not find more information on Krampus in the US because a lot of it just goes back to Marty Beecham.
Interesting.
Monty, not Marty. Monty Beecham.
Yeah, that's really weird that it's in our lifetimes.
Yes. We are older than Krampus in the US.
In the US. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Yeah.
Which is also weird because of how old he is in like other parts of the world.
Exactly. And it kind of surprises me because I would like bring up Krampus to someone and they would be like, well, who's Krampus? Now I understand why.
Yeah.
Because he is very, very new to the US.
Yeah, interesting.
But his traditions of like Krampus knocked and Krampus carton, those go way back.
I don't know why this is like the most confusing thing we've talked about in this entire podcast is how he's not older in the US. It's like, you know, child snatching witches, pretty run of the mill by this point. Gods being weird, run of the mill at this point. But Krampus being not in American, like, the American lexicon until 2004, for some reason, that's the most mind-boggling thing we've brought up in this podcast for me.
I'm glad I broke your brain.
Is this your retribution for Dragons of Italy?
No, I need to find an episode, because this wasn't uncomfortable. I need to find an episode.
No, it's just mind-boggling.
Yeah. I need to find something that's uncomfortable to talk about to get you back to Dragons of Italy.
That was a trip. But yeah,
What's next?
Oh, coming up next, we have a very special episode. Because it's a holiday episode, all holiday episodes are special. We are going to be talking about good old Saint Nick himself.
I'm excited.
I'm trying to condense it down as much as possible. I cannot promise that it won't be a massive episode, but I think it'll be a pretty fun episode. The stuff I've already found has been a little interesting, as many saints are.
Fingers crossed it's not too long, or the editing software will just go, no!
That's why I'm trying to condense it so much, as I don't want to make your life harder.
Wishes.
Oh, what was my wish? I came up with a really good one. Oh, if you need a last-minute thing for your Christmas dinner, my wish is that you go to the store and there's at least one left.
My wish is that when you are drinking coffee or tea or really any hot beverage, cocoa, you don't go for your first little sip and then just completely burn your tongue.
Ugh, that's a good one.
Because when that happens, that sucks.
Or like the roof of your mouth. Yeah. That one hurts too.
I was drinking cocoa when we were filming yesterday, so you'll see me drinking cocoa in the Belschnickel episode. Burned my tongue so fast when I took that first sip.
No.
Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Go follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Both of them are at everythingbuttheftsink. If we hit...
What is this?
I don't know. If we hit 50 followers on Instagram and 50 followers on YouTube, 50 followers on Instagram, 50 subscribers on YouTube, I will buy a poster of Loki. If we hit 100, Karina will get one of Shang-Chi.
That may go here.
If we get 1,000 of each, my stepdad Steve will pretend to milk the plastic cow at Hagen.
We're close to you getting a Loki poster.
We are close. We are at 50 followers on Instagram, and we are at 30-something subscribers on YouTube. And speaking of subscribing, if you don't subscribe, I will send Krampus after you.
Are we going to start threatening people after every episode if they don't subscribe?
Well, you don't have to. That could be on me.
People last week, so.
What?
I threatened people last week. Oh no, you started it and I just hopped on the bandwagon.
Yes.
Yes, we will threaten your safety with creatures that definitely exist every single week if you don't subscribe.
Remember, as always.
Why did you grab Mjolnir?
To emphasize my point that snitches end up in ditches. Don't go snitching, or you end up in a ditch.
Did it work?
No, it didn't.
We should stop while we're ahead.
Happy holidays, whatever holiday that you celebrate. Be safe, be smart, enjoy your time. And I hope that you don't have family drama. And I hope that you get everything that you've wished for on your little Christmas wish list. Anything else for the good of the order?
Be good, be safe. Wash your hands. It's getting into flu season. Drink water.
Hydrate, don't dehydrate.
Take care of yourself. Do your skincare. Drink your water. Eat your food.
Farewell. I don't know why I wanted to say farewell, foolish mortals, but here we go.
Because you're holding Mjolnir.